So I predict that all this amount that we are logged into everything, like always checking Facebook and whatnot, and YouTube and everything, I think that is going to decline in the future, eventually, or at least plateau, because I think people are going to wake up to always being logged in, if that's the right term, always being tethered to the internet, and always have the internet to waste their time. Because, like, with any new piece of technology, it tends to get overused, and then later on it tends to be used more sensibly. Like the synthesizer. The synthesizer became big in like the late 1970s, and then just was overused for everything in the 1980s and beginning of the 1990s. And then slowly people stopped using the synthesizer for things they probably shouldn't use the synthesizer for, and then they started using it in ways that made it sound like more ways that they used it for things that it was better at, and not just using it because it was a synthesizer. Which, I mean, I always like synthesizers, but I would say there is a general sense that a lot of 80s music and whatnot is overly reliant on synthesizers. And I think with us today, I think we are a bit overly reliant and dedicated to the networks and the social networks and social media sites that we're connected to. And I think, at the very least, there will probably be some movement to get away from all of it. Like kind of like how vinyl is coming back, like records and whatnot. And like, there might be a thing someday where VHS comes back in like, because like there's so much VHS stuff still, and 8-track and whatnot. Although I don't know, maybe. But yeah, I think right now we're in the consuming phase of social media as a society, and I think after a while, maybe a decade or two, especially like another generation of people, I think they will have a very different interaction and a very different relationship with that type of time waster. Of course, that thing will be very different by then, but oh well. Or do you think that maybe it would go in a different direction, where websites like that might actually be cracked down upon by like regulators and governments and whatnot? That would be interesting. You know, like if it came out that Facebook was wasting so much productivity, and then like the government sued Facebook for all the lost productivity and like the economic impact of Facebook like consuming people's time while they should be working or whatever. I mean, that would be kind of interesting, and like they would have to design some way to make it less, where they less predatorial, I guess. I don't know, it's kind of interesting. And I think nobody finds it fulfilling to do the, what's it called, the scroll. Like, I don't do any of this stuff, so maybe I'm not really into it. But I do have my own things that I've been trying to break. For instance, on my 5C, I had where I was checking my comments on my YouTube channel like every single morning and whatnot, and then I checked the weather, and then I would write something down like in a note or something like that to do, and I usually wouldn't end up doing it until way later, if ever. And I think the lost productivity even of that, because the main issue with that was that I could say, oh, this is a part of work, it's reading comments and checking out the dailies of my YouTube channel, but my YouTube channel is going to do fine, whatever. And I don't really have that much of an impact on it anyway, because I wasted like a year uploading as many videos as I fucking could, and like uploaded like 200 videos in a year, and not really any change in my channel's performance at all on my main channel. And although I have noticed a change on this channel, like my subscribers kind of petered out a little bit this year because, or level of new subscribers, because I stopped making new videos. But I'm thinking maybe now if I keep making more of these videos, which are super easy to make, doesn't take 13 hours per 10 minutes like my main channel videos, and I would say this one just takes like 2 minutes for every minute because I record it and then I have to watch through it, but usually it's almost no editing in these videos. I don't know. I can't remember where I was going with this. So yeah, I think people are just going to... I think people are going to disconnect more. And I think this issue of people just wasting their lives away with social media and whatnot, I think there will be... Okay. It might be more of there's a disparity where people that don't have anything to do, or they think they don't have anything they can do, waste their time on that, and it makes them poorer. And then the people that have jobs to do focus on their jobs and they get richer. It might just be one other thing that increases the economic disparity, I guess. I don't know. That's a lot of thinking for now without actual information. So I would like to hear your guys' opinions on this, because there's only so much you can really ramble to yourself about an idea before you really need to get someone else's opinions to compare with your own. You know what I mean? You can't just keep working on your own thought pattern when it becomes more and more likely that you're just going off way in the wrong direction with your thoughts. That's similar to my issue with so many scientific theories, not based upon experiments, but based upon other theories that aren't based upon experiments, that are based upon other theories that aren't based upon experiments. That's how we have so many of these weird little theories like string theory and whatnot, because they're all based on other things that don't have enough experiments. And so people rely too much just on the thought, and they don't rely too much on making sure that thought actually matches reality, I guess. That's a rant for another day. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'd like to hear what you guys think, and thank you very much for watching. See ya.